Ich bin, je suis, yo soy, watashi wa nanun, ego sum. I am Chris, and this is Chris in English, and I want to know, how do you compare things in your language? Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mom. Good to see you today. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. I had a good day yesterday. I didn't sleep very well last night, but that's okay. That just means I'll sleep even that much better tonight. That's my plan, at least. This should be interesting to you. On this day, in 1969, Sesame Street premiered. And Sesame Street is, of course, to this day, one of my favorite TV shows. I love me some Sesame Street. Hey, good morning, Dad. Glad to see you. I love the Sesame Street. I love me some Muppets. I love children's programming. Even to this day, I am a fan of children's programming. But today, in 1969, Sesame Street premiered. It's today an American institution. Everybody in the United States knows Sesame Street. Everyone in the United States, my age and younger, probably learned to read in part because of Sesame Street. So it's a great show, but it's also a very important show in American education. And I happen to know that Sesame Street is now seen all around the world. In the United States, we use Sesame Street to teach our children Spanish, rudimentary Spanish. But apparently around the world, Sesame Street is used to teach English. Go Sesame Street. Good morning, Mr. William, and happy birthday, Sesame Street. Sesame Street was developed by the Children's Television Workshop. Sesame Street was the first educational show to base its content on laboratory research. They just didn't say, oh, we're going to teach the kids the color blue. No, they had actual teachers come together to create a curriculum that they could use for their television show. They actually wanted to use television to educate children. Good morning, Maite. Hey, Maite, in Brazil, you have Sesame Street, right? You have Sesame Street with Big Bird, Elmo. I guess Elmo's the big one these days. Kermit the Frog. Today is Sesame Street's birthday. 1969 is when Sesame Street first started. There are a lot of Muppets. We named some of them. Oscar the Grouch and Grover were two of my childhood favorites. There are... oh, yes, of course. Of course, Brazil has Sesame Street. Maite, don't tell anyone, Maite. This is our secret. Just you and me. I still like Sesame Street. Shh. Don't tell anyone. There are three kind of what I think are important events in Sesame Street. A children's TV, important events. Well, you tell me. Do you agree? In 1982, an actor named Will Lee died. And he had been on Sesame Street since 1969. He played Mr. Hooper, a store owner, a shopkeeper. The actor died in 1982. Children knew this character. We grew up with this character. He was a friend, this fictional character. And instead of recasting the role, Sesame Street actually dealt with the death of the character and had the other characters on the show emotion and be sad at the loss. Wow! A children's TV show talking about the loss of loved ones. There was a character named Mr. Snuffleupagus. And if nothing else is surprising to me, it is the fact that Snuffleupagus didn't cause my spell check any problems at all. Mr. Snuffleupagus started as an imaginary friend. He was real, but everyone thought he was imaginary friend of Big Bird. Well, in the 80s, he stopped being imaginary and became a real friend of Big Bird because there was a concern that Big Bird's imaginary friend would stop children from believing adults would believe them. So now everyone can see Mr. Snuffleupagus. But in 1988, something glorious and joyful happened on Sesame Street. Maria and Luis got married. And you know what? I kind of knew this. I didn't watch Sesame Street so much in 88, but I knew they got married. I didn't send them a card, but I wish them well. Happy birthday, Sesame Street. Also, happy birthday to the United States Marine Corps. I found out this morning that today is the anniversary of the United States Marine Corps. Isn't that awesome? My brother was a Marine, and I am, of course, proud of him. The Marines, their song, the Battle Hymn of the Marines, from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tipperary, halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. Tripoli, which is, of course, the capital of Libya, which is where the Barbary Coast and the Barbary pirates were. That was actually the United States' first military action, and it was undertaken by the Marines. Thank you, Marines. Happy birthday to Claude Rains, born in 1889. He is, of course, the actor. He was in The Invisible Man. He was in Casablanca. I loved him in Casablanca. And, of course, he played Renfield in Dracula. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. Carl W. Stalling, American film composer. You think you don't know him, but you do. If you watched any of the Bugs Bunny or Looney Tune cartoons that were earlier than, say, 1945, the music was composed by Carl Stalling. Yay. Happy birthday, Mr. Billy May, another orchestra leader, another composer. You might not know his name, but you do know his most famous song. Na 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 Batman. Happy birthday, Billy May. Musical genius. Happy birthday, Roy Scheider, American actor. He was in All That Jazz. He was in Marathon Man. He was in The French Connection. Oh, we're going to need a bigger list. He was in Jaws. Happy birthday, Roy Scheider. But a very special birthday today to British composer, British lyricist. He wrote the words, not the music, Mr. Tim Rice. We know him because he wrote the lyrics for shows like Jesus Christ Superstar, Evita. He also wrote for movies, cartoons, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and so many more. Happy birthday. If it's your birthday, let me know. Or if you have a birthday coming up, let me know. I would like to celebrate you. But that's not why you're here. You are not here for birthdays. You're not here for Muppets. You are here for the word of the day. Yes, my friends, I have a word in English that I will teach you, and you can use it in your English-speaking lives. And I hope that this word proves to be dependable for you. Dependable. Is that a hint? Is that a clue? Is that information that can help you determine what our word of the day is? Why, yes, it is. Because our word of the day today is an adjective. Yes, our word of the day today is an adjective. Our word of the day today is staunch. Staunch. This is a great word. You won't hear it all the time. You'll usually hear it in the world of politics, but it can be used in other situations as well. Staunch. S-T-A-U-N-C-H. Staunch. Firm. Dependable. And loyal. Staunch. Even staunch Republicans voted for Joe Biden in the last election. Yeah, they're loyal Republicans, they're dependable Republicans, but even those people, they voted for Joe Biden. And that should tell you something. Something that I love about teaching are the staunch friendships I have made with my students. Right, Mighty Mighty? Right? I hope. Staunch. S-T-A-U-N-C-H. Adjective. That is our word of the day. Do you have a sentence using our word of the day? If you do, please write your sentence right here in the comment section. If you write in the comment section, I'll see it, I'll read it, and you will become internet famous. Just like that. Yay! Thank you, Mighty Mighty. I don't have a lot of election news today. Pretty much over. We did it. mission accomplished, as they say. December 14th, the electors will confirm the vote. January 6th, the Senate and the House of Representatives will count the electoral votes. And on January 20th at 12 noon, Joe Biden will be made our next president. That's 2.5 months from now. That's a long time. That's a long time for people to cause problems, to rake up some muck. Hopefully, our transition will be smoother than expected. So that's it for the election update. Of course, if you ever have questions about the election, let me know. Until these next dates come closer, I won't have much to share. I will probably end up sharing the North Carolina results next week. That's about it. Election's over. You made it. I put together, I think, a very interesting list of idioms today for us. Today we're going to talk about something called comparative idioms. Idioms that we use to compare things. You might also know these as similes. A simile is a style in which we compare two things using some sort of quality. Often we will use words like or as in similes to show these comparisons, and that's one of the things that make these different from metaphors. What is a metaphor? For anything you want, really. I like metaphors because they're one better than meta threes. I can do this all day. Here are some comparative idioms, similes, that you can use in English. Here we go. Light as a feather. If we want to say that something is very light, easy to pick up, maybe it even floats on the wind, it's so light, we will compare it to a feather, a bird feather, because bird feathers are very light. Light as a feather is a comparative idiom that we use to say something is light. For example, what is something that's light as a feather? Well, I've been on a diet. No, that's a bad example. Dry. Dry as a bone. If something is very dry, and I've never understood this one. If something's very dry, we say it's dry as a bone. And the only thing I can think of is when I used to watch TV and something happened in the desert, you would always see the bones laying in the desert. Not the tongue, because the tongue was already gone. Just the bones. And they were dry bones. I assume that's what we mean when we say dry as a bone. Because otherwise, I never really expect bones to be all that wet. Really. Flat. Flat as a pancake. If we want to say that something is very, very flat, we'll compare it to a pancake, because pancakes are always flat. Yeah. Pancakes aren't the flattest thing in the world, I know, but as far as flat things go, pancakes are a good choice. Mad as a hornet. Oh, excuse me. A hornet is a type of insect. It's related to a bee and a wasp. It will sting you. And it gets mad. Ooh, it gets mad. If you bother a hornet, it will chase you and it will sting you. And after it chased you and sting you, it will chase you and sting you some more. Don't make a hornet mad. But if you see someone who is super mad, you can describe them as being like a hornet. Mad as a hornet. Have you guys seen the murder hornets yet? I don't like those. Old as the hills. If we want to say that something is very old, we describe it, we compare it to the hills. Think about a hill in your country or city or town. Think about a hill, just a mound out there. How long has that hill been there? Maybe forever? Maybe as long as people can remember? Yeah. Hills are old. We can also say old as the mountains. Mountains are even older than hills. Or maybe not. Maybe hills are older. They started as mountains and over time they became short. You ever think of that? You ever think maybe hills are better than mountains for that very reason? I don't know. Old as the hills. If we want to describe something as being very old, we describe it as being as old as the hills. Quick as lightning. Quick as light. How long does it take lightning to hit the ground? It doesn't take long at all. Just, see, it's done. It's already done. Quick as lightning. If we want to describe something as happening very fast, as happening very quickly, we describe it, we compare it to lightning. As quick as lightning. What about if someone is strong? What if someone is strong, powerful, chikaramochi in their kokoro? Kanghan in their shimjang. Yeah, what if someone's very strong? We have two similes for that. We can say they are as strong as an ox, which is good. Strong, an ox is a big bovine, like a big giant cow or a big giant bull. Farmers used to use ox to pull plows and do other heavy lifting. So if we want to say someone is strong, we can say they are as strong as an ox. But these days we might use a bull instead, as strong as a bull. Moo. If someone is stubborn and they refuse to change their mind about anything, we say they are stubborn as a mule. As stubborn as a mule. A mule is an animal related to a horse, and it's famous for being very stubborn. Sometimes it won't move. No matter what you do, you can hit it, you can talk to it, you can plead with it, you can beg with it, you can try to bribe it with carrots. It won't move. It's stubborn. Stubborn as a mule. And our last one today is a simile that we use to describe people who are proud. If someone is proud, they're feeling good about their accomplishments, we can say they are proud as a peacock, with the beautiful peacock feathers opening up to show how proud they are. Proud as a peacock. Oh, William has a question. Why do we say as fit as a fiddle? This is a good simile. Thank you, William. Fit as a fiddle is a simile that we use to describe someone who is healthy and hale. I don't know. A fiddle is an informal term for a violin. Are violins unhealthy? I don't know. And that's a strange thing, Will, because I'm sure you've heard this term a billion times too, but I have no idea why fit as a fiddle means healthy. I will be on a mission. Any other questions? Let's see real quick if we can determine fit as a fiddle. Fit as a fiddle etymology goes back to the 1600s. It's British English. It had a slightly different meaning back then. The word fit had its primary meaning as well-suited or apt to a purpose. The food is not fit for consumption. It's not appropriate. When we say that, the food is not fit for consumption, it means that it's not appropriate to eat. It's not safe to eat. It's not suited for eating. Later, fit came to mean in good physical shape. So when we made that phrase, fit as a fiddle, it meant it was well suited to its purpose of playing music. But now, because we've changed the meaning of fit, we've kept that idiom, but we don't have any real connection to its original meaning. Thank you, William. Today I learned, and that makes me proud as a peacock. Any other questions out there? I love answering the questions. If anyone does have a question, let me know. You can ask now, you can ask later, I'll answer at any time. I'm excited. Tomorrow we're going to take a moment. We're going to talk about Veterans Day here in the United States, which means we're also going to talk about Armistice Day in the entire world. On Thursday, the 12th, we are going to talk about Thanksgiving, which is on Thursday the 26th. On Thursday, this Thursday, I am going to teach you how to roast a turkey. And it will be so delicious! So, that's our plan for the rest of this week. Friday, of course, Friday Fun Day. William will be back. We'll have the William Sports Report. I guess that's our show. I'm glad you guys were here. I'm glad I was here too. I hope you have a fantastic day today. Please remember, my name is Chris. I love you all. Go away.